These are some sample problems for Chapter 18 on property, plant, and equipment. And this first one has to do with how to figure out what amount to put into your asset account. What amount is actually capitalized? Okay, so number one, Molly Inc. purchased a site for a new manufacturing plant for $2.8 million. At a cost of $18,000, it raised an existing facility with a fair market value of $240,000 and received $11,600 from its salvage. The company also paid $6,800 in attorney fees, $2,050 in inspection fees, and $1,350 for a permit to raise the facility. After the facility was torn down, the following costs were incurred: $54,400 for fill dirt for the site, $36,000 for leveling the site, $129,900 for paving sidewalks and curbs, and then $4.6 million for building costs for the new facility. The parking area was paved at a cost of $129,700. Okay, we're going to compute the capitalized cost of the manufacturing plant. So here we have three sections. We have the manufacturing plant, we have land, and then we have land improvements. We're going to take each of these numbers and put under the correct one. So the first one is the construction of the plant. The construction of the plant is $4.6 million. That will go under the manufacturing plant. Next is purchase of the land. The purchase of the land was $2.8 million. That will go under land. Then we have demolition of building. Demolition of building is $18,000. That is also under land. Then less the salvage value. The salvage value is $11,600. And that will be a subtraction. Attorney fees, $6,800. Permit to raise facility, is $1,350. Purchase to fill the dirt, $54,400. Leveling of the site, $36,000. Paving the sidewalks and curbs was $129,000. $129,700. And that is considered land improvements. Construction, paving the parking lot. Oh, wait. Is The paving the sidewalks is actually $129,999 right here. Okay, now we have one more thing. We do not have the inspection. I'm going to stick the inspection right here. Inspection. That is the only number not used. Inspection fees. And that is $2,050. Okay, we are going to add up how much is going to be put into the asset account for the manufacturing plant, how much is going to be for land, and how much is going to be for land improvements. The manufacturing plant, there is only one number, so it's $4,600,000. Then we have the land. If you add up all of those costs for the land, it's $2,907,000. And then we have the last one here. It is $129,999 plus $129. Okay, whoops. This is $259,699. And the reason why one thing you want to remember is you need to keep land improvement separate from land, even though it's something that goes on the land, because the land is not depreciated, but the land improvements are. Okay, let's go to the second one. The second one is on actually calculating the depreciation. Oops, too much. Okay, right here. Okay. Okay, on January 5th, 2019, Williams Company purchased equipment for $427,000 that had an estimated useful life of 4 years for 206,000 units of product. The estimated salvage value is $15,000. And we also are given the information for how many units were produced each year. In 2019, they produced 35,000 units. In 2020, it was 51,000. And then in 2021, it was 41,000 units. We are going to compute the depreciation under 3 methods. We're going to use straight line, declining balance, and units of production. First one we're going to do is straight line. Okay, for this one, we are going to take the cost minus the salvage value. The cost is $427,000 minus the salvage value of $15,000. And we're going to divide that by the useful life in years, 4 years. And we get $103,000. This is what we're going to depreciate each year. This is our annual depreciation. Okay, let's just go through and look at what happens over the course of the 3 years. This is useful for 4, but we're only going to look at the first 3 years. So here we have the cost. Then we have the accumulated depreciation. And let's go ahead and look at the book value also. Okay, the cost is $427. We are going to depreciate $103 the first year, which means that is what is sitting in accumulated depreciation. Take the cost minus accumulated depreciation to give you your book value, $224,000. Okay, that was year 1. In year 2, cost doesn't change, it stays the same. And we're going to depreciate it another $103,000, which means what's sitting in accumulated depreciation now is $206,000. Take the cost minus accumulated depreciation, and the book value is $221,000. Then year 3, cost still is the same, $427, and we depreciate it another $103,000, so add that to the $206,000. We're now at $309,000 in accumulated depreciation. Take the cost, subtract accumulated depreciation, and we get $118,000 for the first 3 years. Okay, the second one we're going to look at is units of production. It's going to start off similar. We're going to take the cost minus the salvage value, just like we did with straight line. But instead of dividing it by years, we're going to divide it by how many units they think they're going to produce in the 4 years, and that's 206,000. $412 divided by 206, and we get a depreciation per unit of $2. Okay, let's look at year 1. In year 1, they did 35,000 units. So we're going to take those 35,000 units, multiply it by the $2, and depreciation is 70,000. Okay, so let's look at what is in accumulated depreciation and what is the book value. Okay, so, and this is the depreciation expense. This is the first year we're depreciating it, so it stays at the 70,000. The book value is going to be the cost, which we know is $427, minus the 70,000. That's $357. Okay, year 2 is 51,000 units they produced. So take the 51,000 times the $2, and the second year we're going to depreciate it, 102,000. What's sitting in accumulated depreciation now after year 2 is the 70,000 from year 1 plus the 102 from year 2. That's $172,000 sitting in accumulated depreciation. Subtract that from the cost of $427, and we get a book value of $255,000. In year 3, they produced 41,000 units. Take the 141,000, multiply it by $2, the per unit depreciation, and that is 82,000. They have 172 in depreciation, and they're depreciating it another 82,000. So in accumulated depreciation is now 254,000. Subtract that from the cost, which is 427, and we get 173. So, okay, then let's look at the last one that we're going to do, and that is declining balance. It is double declining balance, and this is, we're depreciating it for 4 years, which means we do 25% each year. 25 the first year, 25 the second, 25 the third, and 25 the fourth, to give you a depreciation of 100%. Double declining balance is by 2, so we're going to depreciate it 50% each year. Okay, this is done a little differently. We're going to start off with the 427,000 and multiply it by 50%, and we get 213,500. This is the amount of the depreciation expense that we're going to take in year 1. Which means, since this is the first year, that is all that's going to sit in accumulated depreciation, because it's the first time we're using it. And then the book value is the cost, the 427 minus the book value. Okay, year 2. Year 2 is going to start off with what the book value is. The book value is now 213,500, and we're going to depreciate that by 50%. That's 106,750. That is the depreciation expense for year 2. Accumulated depreciation, we need to add the 2 together, take what's in accumulated depreciation already, and then add the 106,750. And that is 320,250. Take the cost of 427, subtract accumulated depreciation, and you get 106,750 as the book value. That is the amount that we're going to start year 3 with. And for depreciation, we'll multiply that by 0.5. And the third year depreciation is 53,375. To get what's in accumulated depreciation, you'll take the 320,250 and then add the 53,375 to get a grand total of 373,625. The book value will be the cost of 427 minus accumulated depreciation. We have a cost of 53,375. A couple of things I want to look at really quick. Okay. At the end of year 1, using straight line, oh, it didn't work. I was hoping to change it to red. We have 324,000. When you look at the first year under units of production, the book value is 357. And then when you look at the book value of the first year under double declining balance, it's 213.5. So, and then let's just look at the last year, the third year. For straight line, it's 118,000. For units of production, it's 173. And then for double declining, it's 53,000. So you can see that it does make a difference as to which depreciation method that you use. When you use straight line, it's the same amount every year. It's easy. Units of production is based on how many units you produce. The more units you produce, the more wear and tear on the machine, hence the more depreciation that's going to get. With double declining balance, you're taking most of the depreciation at the beginning of the life of the asset. And then as the years go on, you have less and less depreciation that you take. You can choose, any company can choose whatever method that they want to use, but they can't choose a method and then the next year choose another method and then the third year choose another method. They have to find a method that works for them and keep it the entire time that they have that asset. Okay, these problems are going to be like your homework. So if you have any questions when you're working on them, refer back to this, and you can always give me a call and ask me a question.